movie. She will do it, no matter what type of game it is. She will play it, because she's a crazy reviewer, gamer. Hopefully this song is shorter for you guys, because she thinks the last one was too long, but she still is a crazy cat lady, you gamer. Hopefully this is the last one, because like before, I don't like singing these songs.
Crazy Cat Lady Gamer Reviewer or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use for educational and entertainment purposes.
So right now we're doing the View, the Crown, and which has I think this one has like 10 episodes because I finished this one pretty fast and it felt like less than a week. But this takes place during this one is started off like it starts off like 1966 and ends off like 1977. Um, so let me look. So The Crown is, for people who don't know, is the show about Queen Elizabeth about Queen Elizabeth. Yeah, it's 10 episodes. And her family when she's still young, and I would say since it's during the '60s, she's at least about her 30s here. So and so this is during her 30s, and we get to see we still have Princess Margaret around, and the first thing I got to play Princess Margaret was Helena Carter. Yes, Bellatrix herself. Like, yes, like I saw her there, and she's on the poster, but man, they could not be a better person to play Princess Margaret. So, like the first, like my favorite, like my favorite episode probably in this one would probably be is when Prince Philip has to deal with the fact that he is getting old and he wants to keep on learning about the the moon landing because it's 1969. He wants to learn about the moon landing, and he tries to do something very crazy. After he's done watching the moon landing, next day he with his pilot, he tries to reach the moon with his help with his plane. Like, yeah, good luck with that. And he instead he goes over right above the clouds, and he goes really high, and all this whole time the co-pilot's telling him, you can't go up any higher. And everybody around him is telling him, you have to go to church, you have to do this, you have to do that, and he doesn't know how to do it because he thinks the old pope is very boring, putting people to sleep. So they tell the old father, the old priest, they tell him to retire him. So they have to go and get a new father, a new priest to replace him, and stuff like that. And he wants to meet Neil Armstrong, Buzz Adams, and Michael. Forgot the guy who stayed on the ship, but he asked to meet them because they're coming to the Buckingham Palace, and he asked them to meet the three of them alone, and he asked them what was it like And like what the most scariest part, they said what the most scary part was basically for them was when they got back on the ship and they heard a bunch of noises, but it was just the dumb water cooler making the noise, and the fact that they have a hard time going to sleep and stuff like that. And then they were asking him, what is it like living in the house with a bunch of rooms? And then they start walking around and acting like children. So the episode that made me the most scared, really, I think it was the episode before this when we got to see all those kids get buried under a bunch of coal after a coal slide happened. Because there's a coal mine in one town, and I think it's Wells. And I mean, this is very sad because you actually get to watch the poor kids get engulfed by the coal. Right before it happens, the teacher warns them to go under the desk and hide. And while he just stands there and just takes the whole entire thing, he did not have a chance to hide himself. But at least he got to make sure the kids got to hide. But only one of the kids survived. I mean, it's kind of like what happened to I mean, it's not as bad, but it reminded me of kind of 9/11, but it's not as bad because it was just one school, not one tower. And there's it's not two towers. It's just mainly one school. But still, the fact that they had to keep on trying, and the dumb prime minister in this, I don't like this prime minister in this version. Like, makes you like every so time she gets a new prime minister, you really miss Churchill. But this guy, I mean, I know he's trying, but he tried to cover it up. He tried to make it where she had a lie and stuff like that. Like, she does not want to put on a show, so she went to families and actually met them and actually shook hands to the one girl that survived the cold slide. And yeah, she helped support them. She saw all the little coffins and stuff like that. So that episode was sad. I think the last one was pretty much also pretty good. There's like 2 episodes in this. It was like pretty good. They also talked about Carlotta, the one who ends up being Charles's wife, who his wife is now. We learned about why they're not together at first, why they're not together, not now, in the past, because his family would not allow it. I guess because she's not royalty. I know later on her and him are no longer good with the family, but here, Queen Elizabeth wants to have him be with this girl. It's the cousin and the grandma who doesn't want them to be together. So, and we also had to deal with finally Edward VIII, David, finally dies in episode 2. So we no longer have to deal with that uncle anymore. So we have his last episode where he's visited by a Japanese. So the ones that wanted him to be king instead of Charles the Fifth. Instead of Charles the Sixth, I think it was Charles the Sixth. Instead of his brother. And so, trying to remember, I think it's Charles the Seventh actually. I'm not sure. I know the one before Elizabeth is her dad during World War II, because he was a supporter of the Germans and the Japan during that time. So they wanted him. So, and he also wanted to marry somebody he wasn't supposed to too. So, and we find out that Charles is writing him, and that's when we found out about Carlotta on that episode. So the last episode we get to see of this is Miss Princess Margaret, and we get to see Helena and Carter do like a very good performance in this. I mean, they also do like they also film like the royal family one episode too, so there's that. And they would find out like, oh, normal their life is like, guys, you guys live in a palace with a bunch of rooms, and you're rated on every life. That is not normal. Okay, no matter how much you say we're gonna do barbecue, like, no, you're not normal. Okay? The fact that you don't want your son to marry somebody who actually is normal is not normal. Okay? So shut up! And poor Princess Margaret has to deal with her husband, who's cheating on her, so she wants to go and have fun on her birthday and with her family, much judging her right in front of her when it's her birthday and taking his side, like, and she yells at them for it, like, good for her. So she leaves, and one of her friends gets her mind off of Tony with a guy named Robbie, which I think it's related to Princess Diana because he mentions Diana. He mentions Di. So next season we'll probably see Princess Diana. I was like wondering, when are we going to see Princess Diana? Charles has to be the age, but since she's not in this season, they just mention her in passing, so we're not going to be able to see her pulling out to next season, like I said. But I'm guessing this might be her older brother or uncle. Hoping it's her uncle or her dad. Hoping it's one of those two because I know he's younger. This guy's definitely younger than Princess Margaret, but but when she acts as this guy to be her gardener, and he comes her gardener to be at the Caribbean, and when she gets back, she finds out that Tony says you're gonna have to leave this guy, or I'll leave you. Like, you were having a divorce for me too first. Yeah, you're having an affair with me too. Like, you're gonna have an affair with somebody. You better expect that your partner having an affair with you when you get back. Like, what goes around comes around, Tony. So, Princess Margaret tries to commit suicide. She doesn't succeed, but man, yeah. So ends in a bittersweet. But so I guess those two are now divorced, and that's how it ends. So yep. So what do I give this season? Well, it was pretty good. I don't know how accurate it is, but I still loved it. You know, oh yeah, the first episode we learned about Princess Margaret got to have fun with President Johnson, Lyndon B. Johnson. So yeah, that too. And so what I give the season? Well, anything that has Helena and Carter in it is good in my book. So because you always know she's going to give her 100%. So I give this show 10 corgis. And what do you give it, Sully? I give it over paws and my tail. What do you say corgis for? You know, the queen has corgis. Oh, you dumb corgis. So bye bye guys. Like, favorite, subscribe.